Um, I got I got some thoughts. So before we start this video, I want to say that yes, I am a Pixel channel. I build my channel around Pixel, and yes, you guys know that I love the Pixel camera, and yes, you guys know that I'm also a photographer. But I posted a picture on my Twitter that I took with my iPhone 15 Pro. And for a very long time, I really haven't been satisfied with Apple's cameras. But years, if we go back in time, iPhone cameras were the only cameras I enjoyed. And then it just changed when Google released the first Pixel. It just completely changed. I was over Samsung and I was over HTC's cameras. It was all about the Pixel camera. Fast forward today, it seems to be more evident that I still love the Pixel camera more than anybody's camera on the market that I tried. Now, if you're watching this, I'm gonna get to this point real quick because I just want you to know that, because I'm gonna get people who are gonna say that, you're a Pixel guy, this is why. Okay, if that's your argument, if it makes you feel good, fine. But I'm just voicing a different opinion from what the standard opinions are. And that is okay. So you don't have to listen, you don't have to watch it. You can talk trash, you can do what you do. I appreciate you watching. With that being said, that I've been a photographer over 20 years now. And I started getting into mobile photography just for fun, not professional work, just for fun. I like taking professional pictures with the smartphone, shooting in RAW, editing them, and sharing them to show you that, hey, if you don't or you can't afford a professional camera, you can probably use your phone to get away with a lot of paid content probably from people. Some people don't know the difference. I post these pictures and people don't know that it came from a phone unless I say it. So sometimes I always got to say it, because if I post a picture, I'm going to get a question and say phone or camera. At this point, they ask me phone or camera because they don't even know if it came from a phone or a camera at this point. So that's interesting. That means the gap between phones and cameras, at least in my hands or any other photographer hands, is very narrow because you can't tell the difference sometimes. Now, with that being said, I'm a photographer and I do not like the iPhone's cameras at all. Like, not RAW mode. Let me just back this up. I'm really talking about the point and shoot aspect of it, because with Pixels or Samsung or a Vivo and whatever else camera that you like, more than likely the point and shoot part of that camera is really good. You can point, you can shoot, you're going to get the shot, the colors are going to be right. But man, like with the iPhone, like ever since like I don't know, the 12 Pro I had, my 13 Pro, 14 Pro, and 15 Pro today now, it sucks. It's not a good point and shoot camera. I guess when shooting people, because I shoot people, I'm a portrait photographer. I shoot a lot of people. When I shoot, it looks so bad. And then I get a lot of YouTube photographers, who's been in the game either longer than me, or who's, been a little bit less longer than me, or has bigger channels than me, who's been a lot more popular. They all use iPhones. I'm like the one-off, me and one of my other persons, Julie, I love her, and she uses a Pixel as well. But these channels are huge, and they all gloat about how great the iPhone camera is, how natural it looks, how, how the processing, just everything about it. To them, it's better than everything else that's out there. And as a photographer, I'm not getting that. I be trying every year. I try. I don't see what they see, and I don't know if that makes me a bad photographer to somebody else because I don't agree with them. But I mean, geez, every time I take a picture with my iPhone, it's either hard orange or hard yellow tones or tint, and it's nothing natural about what I'm looking at and then what I'm seeing on the phone. Now, if everyone in the world has an iPhone, and then everyone takes a picture and they share that same picture to every iPhone, it's going to look almost the same on every iPhone. So to them all, it's like natural. It's like that's what they see. And I feel like that's what's happening, is that they use Apple products so much that all of the processing that Apple does on their iPhone kind of translate to all their products. And if they're using a Mac or a MacBook or a Mac Mini or Studio Mac and iPad and just all of that, the view it is going to look exactly that. But I cannot when you take a picture with the iPhone and you look at what you're seeing and then you look at the phone and then you say that is natural, I cannot believe that. Now listen, this is not about the iPhone. This video is really, okay, it is, but it's not, because it's really about me telling you that I love the Pixel camera. It way more, it feels more natural. Though Pixel can go a little blue because they're using, while the iPhone caters more to the warm side, which really throws the colors off a lot. And then there may be some things in the photos that are accurate because of the colors, but the things that's important may be the ones that's just completely off. While the Pixel can shoot a little bluish a little bit, but it gets the most important part right, and that's like skin tones and my tone and mostly everything that I shoot. So correcting white balance on both can be pretty much done through processing with the RAW, which again, I don't have an issue with both of them shooting in RAW and then doing my own processing, but it's just that everyone and every photographer is just saying that it's natural. I don't, I don't want to be that guy and be like, yeah, they're paid by Apple, that's why, or they're trying to keep their saving grace with Apple. They're trying to make sure they don't mess their partnership up with them or whatever they have with Apple. I'm not going to be that guy to say that, because that's what, that brings toxicity. A lot of people think that and believe that. If it's happening, I really don't care. I'm not trying to cater to whoever, right? I don't really care. I'm not trying to be in Google's favor. I'm not trying to be in Apple's favor. I buy my products, I use these products, and then I present them to you in how I feel. And as a photographer, I just can't get behind the fact that, people say that it's natural, and I have never used an iPhone and it felt like it was a natural shot that I took. Never. I can't even remember a moment. Were they good back in the days? Yes, they were my favorite camera. Was it ever like natural? No. Today, no. Pixel, kinda, right? It's more natural. Let me put it like that. It's more natural. I mean, my Canon camera and my Nikon cameras and my Sony cameras, yeah, way more natural, right? I mean, really. But, we're talking about algorithms and, computational photography between Google and Apple right now. That's what I'm talking about. And between the two, if I had to choose one that is more natural, it would have to be the Pixel. I mean, I don't know what Apple is doing with their processing. Some of you may agree with me, and that's totally fine. But if you just use an iPhone, you only see pictures one way. And then if you are watching this and you're upset, you're probably saying like, well, the video's better on the iPhone. And then you're probably talking about everything else that the iPhone is better than the Pixel or Android with, because that's what you have to argue with. But photos ain't it. And I don't really care about video on neither of those. I don't care. I don't shoot video on phones. I just don't. I don't like video quality on phones. But just to give you, something, yeah, the iPhone video is like way better. And if I had to use a video phone or a phone for video, it will definitely 100% be the iPhone. I mean, that's the truth. That's me telling you my truth. But I'm talking about photography because I'm a photographer. I love photography. I don't enjoy shooting with the iPhone as much as I do on my Pixel or any other Android phone at the current moment. I want to be able to have access to more phones to test out on my channel, but I just don't have the budget for it. I don't have that type of channel. I'm not getting free devices. I can't go spend $1,200 on a phone and just to take pictures with it from overseas, get one of those phones and take pictures with it and just set it on my shelf, because I would be looking at $1,200 sitting around at this point, because I just can't do it. So if you're watching this, I do apologize, but this is one of those rant videos. So you can either like listen to this in the background, or you can walk away or click away or whatever like that, because I'm not praising like your phone. I'm not even going to sit here and praise the Pixel either, because the Pixel camera has its own issues as well. I be having issues with focusing sometimes, so I always got to shoot in manual focus when I'm up there. So I have my issues with it, but I'm just talking about this whole natural and not natural debate. and I just never felt like the iPhone has ever been natural. I just don't like the colors that provide. um are they bad? No, I don't want to say that the colors that they provide are bad. It's somebody likes them, right? Somebody loves them, somebody likes them, somebody hates the colors of the Pixel, somebody loves it, somebody, it's just the way the world works, right? You might be a person who love the extra warm tones. You may be a person who don't really care about your skin tone being the right color. I mean, it's a lot of different things. I can't, photography is about like really about what you like, right? Not really about what everyone else likes. You shoot, you the editor, it's your world. And if you like it, you like it. So I don't want to say that it's bad. I don't like it. I don't think it's natural. In RAW, shooting in RAW on the iPhone is the saving grace for me. So I literally try to shoot 100% in RAW. When I click at the JPEG or auto, when I turn that little toggle off RAW, pictures are just, they're just not shareable. They're just not shareable for the internet for me. They're just bad. Like just what I shoot is just bad. And then every so often I get lucky and get a nice shot outside. Not lucky, because it's not, like I said, the camera's not bad, but I'll say lucky as in to a point where I like it, right? I shoot it and I'm like, oh, this really looks good. And for you, it might be already good, right? But for me, I'm very picky, you know, when it comes to photos. So yeah, sometimes you just got to cut loose and get these videos out and just talk about it. I had a conversation with somebody that kind of sparked this video, talking about it, because I just want you to know, like, I'm going to continue to shoot with iPhones in my videos, my POV videos that you see on my channel. I'm going to continue shooting with Samsungs and Pixels and everything like that. And I'm never going to like talk bad about these cameras. If there's a weakness I feel when I'm shooting with these things, I will let you know. And I have said it in my Pixel videos about the camera and how I shoot. And I gave you, you know, like details of how I operate, get around certain things with these phones, because I mean, they're phones after all, right? They're not going to be 100% perfect. So there's always like a workaround, and that's fine. But with the iPhone, the saving grace for me is just shooting in RAW and then processing them myself. And then the results are 10 times better than whatever Apple is doing with their algorithm that's choosing. And I enjoy the photos more that way. And when it comes to Pixels, I struggle with the focus. It's like the iPhone focus is so really good. It's really good. But obviously I can't focus on close objects on iPhone, which pisses me off now, because ever since I had, I think, I don't know if it started with the 13 or 14, but when I had the 14 and 15, like I can't get as close as I want because they added macro. So maybe it was the 13 that started it. When they added macro, I couldn't get as close to my subject anymore, because it's like they want to force macro to kick in to have a macro mode. Just I'd rather not use it. And with the Pixels, it's always like the autofocus. Autofocus has been kind of like bad across the board with most Pixels that I've used. So Google actually adding the pro mode and actually adding manual focus was like the saving grace for my Pixel shots. So now my Pixel shots are like 10 times better, because now I don't have to sit here and play around with a focus and hoping to get it, because sometimes it'll lock it, and then right when I hit the shutter, it'll just kind of like unlock it and then focus on something else. I'm like, oh my God, yo, what is going on with this Pixel? And this has been like all my Pixels up until like literally the Pixel 8 Pro, which has manual mode. So now I just use the focus peaking and boom, money shots every single time. So but yeah, I just wanted you guys to know from a different photographer's point of view when it comes to photography, at least between like my iPhone and my Pixel. I'm not agreeing with all those other photographers out there, not saying anything about their talent or their photos, because they're all amazing. I watch them. I'm a photographer. I watch them. But I do know the phone that they use and they review on their channels. And when I see them talk about those iPhone shots, I just be like, are you not seeing what I'm seeing? But yeah, I don't know the cause of why they talk so praisely about it. Maybe because they like it. Maybe they really do like it, right? They genuinely do like it and stuff. And yeah. So anyways, everyone, if you made it through this video, I definitely appreciate you. To hit the links in the description, man. I got links down there, man. Just hit them links, check it out and everything like that. And I'll catch you in the next video. Anyways, oh yeah, before I even say get out of here, listen, the iPhone camera is cool, bro. All right, it's cool. It's cool.